Hi everybody, this is Nick from Nickology back at you with another Dave Lee custom video. Now this is going to be kind of a short video as I have not really played this game yet. I was really excited to hear when Dave Lee announced that he was doing another custom Saturn game release from his page, and I'm really excited because everything that he comes out with just bleeds in quality. It's amazing, and I absolutely love it. Now this is actually my 5th title of his that I have added to my own collection, and yes, it is SwagMan for the Sega Saturn. He only does Saturn games, but so essentially what this is a custom box art and disc art for a game that never saw a North American release. It only saw a PAL European release, if I remember correctly, on the Saturn, and it also saw a PAL and US release on the PlayStation. So this is something that a lot of US collectors have been really waiting for, and actually it's a pretty uncommon game as far as I know over in the PAL territories. So it's still a great release, something that's awesome to add to your collection, especially with the very light white, the Saturn title. But yeah, the whole thing is just amazing. I'm going to be showing you cutting in between some close-ups of the game box art, but it is absolutely another astounding piece of quality from Dave Lee. There's nothing I expect less from him at this point. My first game that I got from him was Christmas Nights. That was a while back. I think it was last Christmas that I picked that up, and unfortunately I haven't gotten every release of his. It's very limited quantities right now. He's doing this on the side as a fan project, just, you know, out of his own heart, and he's only charging what the material cost is for these releases. So yeah, just to kind of show you a little bit of the disc art as well. He prints the discs. The discs do work in either a modified Sega Saturn, or if you use one of those pseudo Saturn cartridges in your system, if you don't like to modify it like me, then it'll play a backup copy. Since this is not an officially released game, it's not, you know, a pirated copy technically. And of course, I always recommend going out and buying the official original copy in your territory when available. So for collectors, you'll probably pick up the PAL edition for the Saturn. But yeah, it comes in, when he sends it, it actually comes in this packing envelope right here. And it comes really nicely packed in, you know, in paper and in cardboard and whatnot. It's very sturdy, it's very rigid. Comes to the mail, have never had an issue coming through the mail of this. And then of course, he doesn't send you the actual acrylic cases. You have to get those off of Amazon. They come packed like this, usually in a pack of 10. They have an old version that doesn't fit together really well. It's not bad if it's just going to be sitting on a shelf. It's a little bit cheaper. And they have a version 2.0 that's out there. But anyways, yeah, absolutely brilliant release this time around as well. I'm going to be reviewing the game a little bit later on, but as I'm talking, I'm showing you some footage of the actual case and the book art. Each one is individually numbered. He usually releases about 20 of them at a time, I believe. And then he goes back and does a reprint, and you can add your name to the list when he does that. But again, it's totally a fan project. It's a passion project. It's something that he's really into, and it's absolutely a giant service to the Sega Saturn and Sega community in whole. That what he's doing here, it's simply, you know, there's not really anybody else that I've seen, you know, do this kind of quality. I know there's a couple other big names. Ben Boyd is one of them that comes to mind that does a lot of custom Saturn artwork and releases, but bar none, those two gentlemen are amazing. And I know there's a few other people that I haven't mentioned, but thank you again, Dave Lee. You're doing such great work. Seriously, as a collector, you know, pick up one of these pieces. It's absolutely amazing. I can't say anything bad about these. There's never been an issue. He's always amazing with communication. And again, you know, I highly recommend, you know, people like Dave Lee and other members of the community. This is kind of partially, this video is kind of also to say, you know, to support, if you're really, you know, into video gaming as a hobby or retro gaming, doesn't really matter. I highly recommend supporting a lot of these artists and fan translations. There's a lot of fan translations coming out. I know Grandia is a new one that's going to be coming out that's never released on the Saturn again in the US. So that one's being fan translated right now. Definitely support all these artists. They absolutely, most of them are absolutely amazing. I don't think I've talked to anybody that, or known of anybody that was not doing this just out of the pure passion and pure love for the art and for retro gaming in general. You know, it's people like this that keep the retro gaming community alive and, you know, keep me really invigorated on this passion. And even though I haven't been posting a lot of videos, I really plan on doing it. I've been redoing my my game room here, kind of reassembling everything, putting things together, making it easier for me to capture footage and be able to you know, share my opinions. And this is kind of off the cuff. I'm going to be working on a review of this release specifically, but I would say, you know, follow him on his Facebook page. You should be able to just search, I believe, Dave Lee Customs or something like that. I'll put a link in the description below. But this is going to be a fantastic game. I've already looked into it and looked into the, you know, what the SwagMan mean, and it's pretty interesting to see the origins of this game. And if you're kind of interested, so from what I take from it, it's kind of like if you mash together Nights and Dreams with Zombies Ate My Neighbors, where it's got similar gameplay to Zombies Ate My Neighbors with some puzzle elements and its isometric view, but you know, it deals with stealing of dreams, and you're actually one of two characters trying to defeat the SwagMan. SwagMan's actually the bad guy, if you didn't already guess from the cover. I mean, come on. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. I'm not sure if it has to, the term SwagMan, I know comes from like Depression era Australia, I believe, if I remember correctly, where, you know, it's kind of like a vagabond person who's holding swag, or, you know, either stolen goods. It's kind of interesting. I'm not sure. I'll have to do a little bit more research into it, but I actually wasn't really that interested into this title. Even as a big Saturn fan, I wasn't really that interested until I saw my buddy Dave go to do a release on this. He's like, "Hey, I'm gonna put all this work into it." I'm like, "Yeah, let me look into this. It's a great, interesting piece of history, and one that should not be forgotten anytime soon." So thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for your patience. I like to do these types of videos, and I absolutely love to promote Dave Lee. He's a great guy. Just does it all this for, you know, just for the passion of his art. And please support him. He's amazing. But yeah, I'll catch you guys a little bit later, probably with a short review on SwagMan, and I'll probably also do, kind of going back through, I've got a couple like Liver Linkle Story and Deep Fear and whatnot, so I'll kind of be going through those and other titles as well. Not only Saturn, but we're also going to jump into some Sega CD and Genesis. I'm a big Sega guy, and you could probably, I don't know if you can see behind me, but I got my Sonic shelf back there. I'm a big Sonic fan, so yeah, can't wait. Thank you so much for coming on by, and I'll see you sometime soon. Thank you.